everyone. We're gonna go over TMJ. Okay, I am a chiropractor, primarily in Vancouver, Washington right now. Usually I go back and forth between Hawaii, Arizona, Colorado, and sometimes Oregon. But I really wanted to, every month I just sit down and think about all the questions patients ask me, and TMJ was a big one. It was a big one this month. I don't know if it was just COVID with all the stress. I think people are clenching and worried and processing things when they sleep. But I just want to talk about the jaw a little bit. If I take your skull and we look on the underside, you can see where your spinal cord meets. There's an actual joint in the middle of your skull. There's a wing-like bone. You can see the sides here. And you can see the middle in the eye sockets. So it's kind of like a bird in the inside of your skull. And a ton of cranial people work on this. It's called the sphenoid. So you've got your masseter muscle from the jaw, which chews. That's the one you can literally see on your face. Mine's pretty buff too. I have my fair share of clenching, usually at the gym, but there's also things that occur with the TMJ. You have this disc, and people will chew on one side. People will sleep on their side and push the jaw. People will have a dental issue where there's misalignment, too many wisdom teeth, all sorts of things that come up. There's physical anomalies. So there are things that people are born with that they don't even know about regularly. It's unbelievable what we see when we actually do just x-rays and this sort of thing. It's pretty crazy. And then you have the occiput. So right behind the jaw, there is this big bump here, and there's a muscle that comes along to the front under your collarbone so it can kind of direct your head. So if I just lightly push mine, you can kind of see it pop out here, right over the collarbone to here. So again, if I'm sleeping funny, not only can I be jamming my jaw, I've been jamming my shoulder because my arm is so tucked so nicely under my pillow, and then it comes up and pulls on the mastoid next to the jaw, so the jaw's being assaulted twice for 8 hours. Then patients get up and ask me, I just don't understand, I just have a headache, or I have problems with migraines all the time. Well, maybe it's not a migraine, maybe it's sleeping issues. Maybe it's stress that you're not sure how to transform. Maybe it's your position when you sleep. And trying to figure out why something so crooked and harmful actually feels good to you is a great question to me. Because patients will say this all the time. Yeah, I have a tight jaw. It's just how it is. Well, it is clear to me they don't understand the repercussions of this. So being aware of the consequences is key here. Key. Because if you minimize the problems occurring from it, you might mistakenly think you have 8 problems. So I'll have a patient come in and go, I don't have good balance, and it's jaw. And because the cerebellum, which is the part of the brain that sits right here, is getting pulled so hard, we now don't have the right amount of stimulation coming out. So imagine I hold my finger. Doesn't hurt, doesn't work like the other ones, less circulation. But what if that's there a long time, scar tissue sets in and it gets harder and harder and harder? Now we really have a problem. So chiropractors don't like that. We like flow. We like the body being able to work. We have this trust that the body knows what to do. If I stick a knife in my arm right now, it heals somehow. So that's powerful. We don't think minimizing that is a good idea. We don't think maximizing it's a good idea. Just be aware that your body has programs to heal. Okay? And your jaw is a protector and a tool. So it protects very serious structures underneath here. Your cranial nerves, okay? Vision, balance, hearing, where you are in space. These sorts of things they're huge. You use them every day, all day long to live. Your quality of life depends on them. And so if you have a tight jaw, no big deal. I can't balance, no big deal. I won't play with the kids. I won't go to an amusement park. I don't ride my motorcycle anymore. I don't clean the house anymore. Just that alone. I had a patient come in and say, I can't clean my house, I'm afraid of falling. It's $150 a month. And that was a cheap little cleanup, right? I can adjust her for much cheaper than $150 a month on a checkup and save her money so she can go back to doing what she loves. She actually loves cleaning her house. She doesn't want to sit there and watch somebody else clean it for her. It was simply out of fear, and she had never even known that you could work on the job before. So this is just one of my favorite parts of my job. Just opening up the person, seeing what's going on, being able to line them up and allow the system to work. It's really just, it's why I'm here. And it's amazing. I watch patients all day long walking out of my office, coming back for their checkups, telling me, you know what, I was able to do this month. I got to hang out with my kids. I got to go on this trip. I didn't have to have knee surgery. I didn't have to have that big dental procedure. I didn't have to wear braces in my 40s. Gosh, that's a big one. So sometimes there's some beneficial side effects. I'm not guaranteeing every time you have this mega experience. That would be maximizing. But there are on occasion where this muscle is so tight it starts to affect the nerves that go to the eye. And people don't really have a vision problem. They just have to blink a lot at the screen, and then all of a sudden their neck hurts because they're doing this kind of stuff, or they rub their eyes, so now they have mild infections or dry eye or all sorts of things from touching them too much. And all it took was getting this muscle tension out of this muscle, which wraps around to the eyeball also. So the easiest way to explain it is, a lot of issues in your body is like a sandwich. It's not one problem. You don't just have a jaw problem. If your jaw's messed up, you got this muscle, then you're trying to work around it, so now your shoulder, and then you put your bag here, so now your elbow hurts, and we just aren't disconnected. We are a connected individual with many, many parts, right? If a tire pops and a car's on the side of the road, it might get stolen. Okay, so the tire mattered to the whole rest of the car. It wasn't just a tire problem. It was a maintenance schedule issue. It was not being prepared and having the spare tire there. It was a lot of things, okay? So a situation is a sandwich. And with the jaw, because of its location and how many important nerves that are around the area, it's very layered. There's a lot going on there. So we are extremely thorough. It does annoy patients sometimes. They just want to get at one spot out, and it's not realistic. And that is taught to you on a daily basis, that you can just come and get your neck popped, just come and get your mid-back popped. And you can find places that will do that. But I won't, and my office won't, because we're thorough. We're going to investigate why this is happening. We're going to let you know how you got there. We're going to give you your power back. You're going to know what to do with it. You're going to have an understanding of what's going on. And because you own this body, it's yours. It's your jaw. So whether you think it has problems or not, it may or may not. You may or may not be qualified to find that. And we love to find it. We love to work on it. We see it regularly, and we're here to help. And some people utilize us, and some people tough it out and don't utilize us, but we're here when they do need it. Okay? And it is a powerful thing, because when you have a jaw on both sides working, you're able to chew on both sides. You don't have muscles literally tightening over very important, supportive nerves like balance and vision and these sorts of things. Then just life is great. I mean, you feel better. The typical sentence after doing an alignment is, wow, I feel like the lights are turned back on. I can't believe, or I feel like a vice grips came off of my head. Wow, that was really tight, and patients, they feel great. It's really nice. So that's a little bit about the jaw. It gets complicated. There's a lot more. Those of you that are patients, don't forget to log in to the website, interactive part on the patient portal. There's tons of home care and rehab you can do on it. Dr. Rami and myself, we do rehab. I do a lot of the cranial neurological stuff that we give you that's very personal. And he will literally watch you with form in our gym. So if that's something you feel like you could really work on, reach out. Let us know. If you have questions or you'd like me to explain something more, that's why I'm here. So thanks for watching. Hope everybody's jaw is in good shape. You know, maybe kind of feel around in there. It's not normal to be sore. So if you're pushing around and it's a little tender, maybe you'll have us take a look. All right, aloha, you guys. Have a good day.